Hi there, like up MistaRax again. Topic today for me is, well, it's not just transgender. I think things have moved way beyond that. So if I could just show you a picture of a book that's now in the schools. It says, Be Who You Are, and look at that. That's a book amongst hundreds of books that are now hitting the primary schools, where it's putting the concept into young people's minds as young as 4, that they're actually trapped, they could be trapped in the wrong body. And I was just sharing with MistaRax and Big Ardz, yeah, that I've got some friends whose children said to me yesterday that a girl in their school has transitioned to a boy, and the school bent over backwards to make a new toilet, a unisex toilet, which this girl doesn't use. But it's a bit late, because she is now a wolf. She's actually come out in school and admits she's a wolf. Now the school doesn't know what to do. The psychosis that things like this can produce in a young mind, we won't feel that. When we're dead and gone, all of those who are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, we know that this is not right. But when the Gender Recognition Act comes into power next year, and anyone can decide what gender, well, I'm not going to say what sex they are, okay, without any need for a doctor, without any need for any certification. In Norway at the moment, a 6-year-old can download a form and change their gender. All they need is a six-year-old. All they need is a signature of one parent, and automatically all their stats are changed. Sorry to stop you there, Colin. Yeah, go on. Yeah. What does a 6-year-old know about gender? A 6-year-old is being told. Yeah. This is the thing. This is an accidental thing. This is a psychosis that is being propagated until it's got into is an endemic proportions. Yes. It's a bit like it's a craze now, and it's a craze you just need to go on YouTube. I mean, if you're watching this video here, I invite you to go on and just YouTube trans kids. You will see the glowing warmth of the parents as they show off their star. It's like a celeb kind of time. But so into the pot now that very shortly, well, in Norway they're already doing away with putting the child's birth sex on a birth certificate. So imagine you're this person. Your birth certificate says neutral. You don't even know what biological sex you are. The teachers, the government, the schools, the culture are all telling you can be whatever you want. And if that doesn't set up some warning signs for this generation, because if we don't do it, if we don't wake up, if we don't trigger other people to wake up in our watch, it's going to be too late. I mean, Colin, it's legal for these people to sleep with men without telling them who they really were. You know, this is something maybe we shouldn't that be illegal? Yeah, maybe we should discuss how serious, how very serious that is. It's worse than rape, right? Yeah. Well, I found out there's a word called delusion. Right. And it's in the English dictionary. And delusion means, I've got it here, but you don't have to see it in black and white. Delusion simply means believing something that is false. Now, we're just bearing this. That's a delusion. Exactly. And this society is becoming deluded. And the people who you will see propagating this will be the very attractive ones, right? Who have spent loads and loads of time and money in making themselves look right. But this is a transsexual. Right. And now this is what you take off the page. No, he was allowed to go into a woman's prison, and where he sexually assaulted 2 other women. Yeah, and I mean, this is him with his wig. Okay, now MistaRax last time. I mean, this is a trans species woman. I mean, we're going over old stuff here, but the one of the animal, right? Yeah. Now look, we got this is one who's actually had his tongue cut in half. Right. Okay. Possibly the same guy. But something that they've got in common, they actually share being initially transgendered. But it opens up this Pandora's box. And you've seen the 6-year-old, well, he's actually a 52-year-old man who's now a 6-year-old girl. So it doesn't stop at that. And I have to put my hand on my heart and say I have no ill will to anybody who wants to identify as whatever they want. However, I'm not going to collude with this delusion and affirm for them something that is untrue. Exactly. Because the basic rule in helping people with mental illness is you don't say the grass is pink. Right. You talk very gently to them and say, have you thought that maybe you could be wrong? But soon everybody's going to agree with them, and then we'll be in the wrong. Us three standing here will be the people who need the treatment.
Yeah, that's what they're pushing for.
Yeah.
Exactly. What they're trying to do, MistaRax, is trying to tell us that because we don't believe in this transgenderism and this fucking homosexuality and this lesbianism, that we're wrong. Well, it's not natural. It's unnatural. Like, you can't produce kids without being natural, innit? A man and a woman.
And soon, even to say what Big Ardz has said is a hate crime. This is what's coming. It will be a transphobic hate crime. There was a lady, she's a feminist, and I've got a lot of, I never thought I'd have respect for feminists. But no, but she put on this board, I forget what city it was, all it was the dictionary edition of what woman means. It said woman, adult, female. And this trans kind of activist, he saw it and he phoned around and got it taken down as a transphobic hate crime, just the definition of woman. So if there's a young man who, let's say, is identifying and wants me to accept this person as a woman, the only way I can accept it is if you redefine what woman is, and if we cross that, we've got over it. Now here it is, Oxford Dictionary, deluded, believing in something that is not true. And the only way we can get through this delusion is to say it as it is. I'll just bring it to a close, but I was really interested in this. This guy, right, he's a trans woman. And after transitioning from David to Danielle, he remained exactly as he is. This isn't before his transition, this is after his transition.
And he wants us to call him a woman.
He wants you to call him a woman, and he's got everything exactly 100%. And he is one of their top guys, and there's plenty of them. This is a woman. She's as female as, have we got any pictures of females here? We haven't. But this is the shape. And women are scared because they're being pushed out. And you know who's coming in? These guys. So yeah, MistaRax, I'm going to be setting up a little kind of picture thing. And the question again is, can you be born in the wrong body? It's either a yes or no. So we'll take you know, some conversations with people who say yes or no and see where it takes us, and maybe it reveal where we are. But I think if you move outside of God, if you move outside of the compasses of north and south that he's established, anything goes. Yeah. And this, to me, is a symptom of a civilization that hasn't got long to go. There you go.
This country is supposed to be a Christian country, right?
Yeah. Well, you know it is. I think since the 60s, it's post-Christian, and I think lots of people are living on the residue of the past 500, 600 years. Yeah. But for anyone under 30, that's so gone there. They've moved into something called nihilism, which is why you see so much mental illness, because where God is pushed out, mental illness comes in, and the new shaman are psychologists. An interesting fact, very last fact, is that the suicide rate for most of the population is 11 in 100,000. For psychiatrists, it's 60 in 100,000. And these are the guys who are the new holy men. So yeah, MistaRax, maybe we'll see you again later. God bless. See ya.